Welcome back, folks, to the show that's happier than Wolverine dying.
The views and opinions of this podcast do not represent official sources.
Because of the extreme amount of bass, listeners' discretion is advised.
This show has been brought to you in part by Two Black Labs Audio. You are listening to A Week in Geekdom.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of A Week in Geekdom. I am your host, Giovanni Menendez, and as always, you can follow us on your favorite social media platform, be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that we're here, and you can find us pretty much everywhere. Of course, our main channel, our YouTube channel, thank you so much for tuning in, liking and subscribing to our show. And let's do this. Another week. I was actually debating as to what the heck I was going to talk to you guys about, but I guess I should get it right out of the way. The new Apple Keynote, and practically everybody here at A Week in Geekdom is an Apple fanatic. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, but lots of interesting things were revealed. Apple Watch, I've always been in a figurative sense. Don't take my word for it, but I've always been allergic to wearing watches. I hate it. I do not like wearing something in my wrist, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna commit almost $400 for a watch with some interesting features. Don't get me wrong, it's just not my cup of tea, especially when I have to buy a new iPhone, like a $500 something commitment just to get a watch with an emoji in it and some Facebook and Twitter update thing going on. For now, I'll pass. I will say they look beautiful. That's awesome. If I were a watch wearer, I would wear that watch. Speaking of things Apple, the new iPhone was announced, iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. I am not... This show is just going to be me nagging, but I am not a fan of phablets, and that's what iPhone 6 Plus basically looks like. It's like if you took out your 3DS, like a 3DS XL. It's pretty much like holding one of those bad boys next to your ear. I'm sorry, I'm old-fashioned. It's a little bit too big. I might just get the tinier version, and even then, it's kind of big, which I'm excited about it. It's just I'm not a huge fan of like the almost 6-inch phone thing, monstrosity, whatever. But yeah, it's just me nagging and nitpicking. A lot of people are gonna buy them. I'm probably gonna get them as well. So I won't actually review it. Because, what's the point? You're going to love it, or you're going to hate it. There's no gray line when it comes to Apple. You either love their products and you get them, or you're the folks that hate the company stands for and all that stuff, and just want to get Android and all those other awesome phones as well. Don't get me wrong, I love both. I've started out as an Android user and then switched over to iOS, so don't get me wrong. It's just a matter of preference. Moving on to geekier things. In gaming news, we finally learned the collector's edition for Batman Arkham Knight. There are going to be two collections. Both are expensive. And by that I mean, if you want the Batmobile, I don't know how big this is going to be, but it looks like it's going to be pretty epic. Straight out of the game, with the Steelbook edition and a art book, comic book, and skin pack and all that stuff, it's gonna set you back $200. That's expensive for a toy. I should say figurine. Sorry. And the other one comes with a pretty big ass statue of Batman. I think it's like 12 inches. And all the other extras that I mentioned, that's going to set you back $100. So really, do you have enough money for the $200 price tag? I will try and save up some money for it, because it's way too expensive, but I really want that friggin' Batmobile. I've never owned the Batmobile in any shape or form. I think I had one back in the 90s with all the crappy movies, but I don't think I have it anymore. You know, you toss out old toys by mistake or they get lost in the shuffle. I don't think I have any. So, yeah, I've never bought a collector's edition for the Arkham series. And since this is supposedly the last one, I might as well cave in and get one of these epic collections. I'm still not... I probably think I'm going to go with the Batmobile, but just in case, the statue looks pretty awesome. Since it's September, I really wanted to mention that the new Destiny game is finally out. It looks gorgeous, amazing. Unfortunately, local cable companies and internet companies have the stink eye when it comes to this person right here and the internet. I do not have high-speed internet. They won't give me service even though I'm right next to them because my area belongs to somebody else, and that somebody else, which is, I'll just go ahead and say it, they don't care, I don't give a shit, Liberty Internet Service, Puerto Rico, whatever, they really don't want to invest in the area, the rural area that I'm at, because of money reasons, basically. And they told me, hey, if you get people willing to get the service, we'll look into it. No, I mean, I don't know, that should be your job. You're the one looking for customers. Whatever. So, long story short, I can't play the games. I just cannot connect online. So, for that same reason, I will not be getting Destiny. One of our friends will be getting it, and they will be reviewing it for me. So I thank them so much. I don't know if it's going to be Brian or it's going to be Alexis. Who knows? One of them is going to do it. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be fun. It looks gorgeous, and I cannot wait to check it out. Soon, probably, I will get to play something like that. Maybe. Darwyn Cooke is doing the December variant month for DC Comics. I couldn't be happier. Darwyn, I mean, just look at those pictures. They look fantastic. They look amazing. And I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. So much money. But yes, I will at least try and get one of those variants because they look amazing. Just beautiful art. So if you want to get a cool variant for your collection, December is going to be the month for it. And in TV news, Arrow getting more villains. Yes, Ras Al Ghul will be appearing on the show. Matt Nable's going to play Ras Al Ghul. I'm a little sad that we couldn't get Liam Neeson. But hey, it works. It looks awesome. I'm pumped either way. And finally, in movie news, I wanted to mention a couple of the recent DVD acquisitions, as well as talk a little bit about... there's a rumor floating around that DC wants to do a Legion of Superheroes movie. First of all, Latino reviews talking about it. I don't really trust them. They are kind of notorious for all their gossip. Sometimes they hit the mark, other times they miss wholeheartedly. And if it's true, okay, respect for the fans that love the Legion. I kind of like them. Some stories that I've read that I really like involve them in some shape or form. I just think you've got so many awesome properties that should be explored way before you even think about doing a Legion superhero movie. And if you're doing this just because Marvel released Guardians, guess what? You've got a whole Green Lantern Corps that you can explore with different planets, and that would be epic. Okay? Let's just forget that disaster of a movie happened with Ryan Reynolds, and let's go ahead and do a proper Green Lantern movie. Whether it's in Oa with the aliens, or you pick a new Hal Jordan, or Jon Stewart, or Kyle Rayner, or Simon Baz, or Jessica Cruz, the new Power Ring. I don't care. Just let's try and build a new Green Lantern world within this new DC cinematic universe. Now that we're getting Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, that Shazam movie with The Rock playing Black Adam, we're getting an Aquaman movie with Jason Momoa probably. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out that just as long as you make, out of the 7 Leaguers, you make at least 6 or 5 killer movies, you're set. And then you can worry about your friggin' Legion. Come on, man. But as a fan of underdog characters, I feel for you Legion fans. Hopefully one day we'll get a movie. I just don't think it's the right time yet. Of course, the new Batmobile. It's the perfect combination between, like, Tim Burton and Christopher Nolan. It's that mix, like in Arkham Knight, it's that mix between the Tumbler and the classic Batmobile. It looks pretty awesome, and hopefully it'll look even better on screen. Elsewhere in the Marvel side of things, I've got some interesting quotes regarding the state of Sinister Six, the spin-off Amazing Spider-Man movie from Sony. And I quote from Mr. Andrew Garfield, aka Peter Parker Spider-Man. Obviously he can't say much at this point, but he does mention that, and I will read it right off the screen here. I can say I'm really excited about Drew Goddard, who's going to be writing and directing this Sinister Six movie, and whether I'm involved in that or not is kind of immaterial. The movie Sinister Six has to have that balance of likable villains, but at the same time, you're looking for them to be a menace for the hero. And really, I don't think there's going to be an actual hero in this. Maybe some passing references to Spider-Man, or maybe he'll show up for a scene or two. I don't know. I don't really know how this is going to work. I would have figured you would have done Amazing Spider-Man 3, and then that would have led to the Sinister Six movie, where you see all these great villains duking it out against the Webhead. I don't know. It's coming out in 2016 by November, if I'm not mistaken. I keep hearing the word redemption. It's going to be a redemption movie. I think if you saw Assault on Arkham, the new DC animated movie, it could go that route, and it would be pretty awesome. Like, Spider-Man is this force to be reckoned with within New York, but the focus is on this heist job, if you will, with the Sinister Six and whatever they're doing. It has the potential to be something special. It's just the way you have to manage these 6 egos that are going to be out throughout the whole movie. The plot has to be consistent, and regardless of casting choices, the characters have to have that moment to shine, because we have to empathize with all of these characters. We've already seen Green Goblin, so we know what's the deal there. And yes, some audiences might remember Doc Ock's deal and all that stuff, but other characters like Vulture and Rhino and all that stuff, they need to be fleshed out a little bit longer. Maybe you can do that by, well, not exactly origin stories for them, but you can do, let them all have their moment in the film that can expertly make them believable that, yes, these 6 would team up to beat up on poor old Spider-Man. So, yeah, speaking of movies, some of my recent acquisitions. First up, we got Captain America the Winter Soldier. Gonna put it up right around here. There we go. Excellent movie. Between this and Guardians of the Galaxy, these 2 movies are single-handedly the best of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Top notch right there, folks. Next up, of course, a couple days ago, actually, I finally got Walking Dead Season 4. And first half is just beautiful. Second half was a little wonky, but it ended on a high note, so I'm really looking forward to watching Season 5 with the whole Terminus thing and Gabriel and all those other characters that are coming up. And finally, it took me a long ass time, but I finally got Attack on Titan Season 1, Part 1, I guess, because we know Season 2 is coming next year, I think. It may not be the Citizen Kane of the anime world, but damn it, is it fun and scary and just plain gory awesomeness. You really have to check it out. Do yourself a favor. Check this out, whether it's on Blu-ray, DVD, or just Netflix. I don't have Netflix because, again, I don't have a high-speed internet connection for that. But, so I mainly collect my shit on Blu-ray or DVD or video games or whatever. Yeah, You have to check it out. So yeah, folks, I think that's about it for this week. Next week, probably before the month ends, we're going to get a gamer live from Alexis. Alexis, if you're watching this, you got to record something. And yeah, next week we are going to talk a little bit more in depth about all the news. And I probably will review something. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So thank you once again for tuning in. I've been your host, Giovanni Menendez, and you've enjoyed another fantastic view into really the geeky life of things and my vlogging expertise, if you will. Whatever. But yes, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Next up, it's actually September 10th as of this recording, so I want to give a shout out to our co-host Brian. It's his birthday. That's why he's not here with me recording. So I'm going to wish you a happy birthday. And yeah, you're getting old. I also wanted to take a little time and give a shout out. So yeah, shout out to the gals at Soda Pop Comics, one of the few self-published comics in Puerto Rico. You can check them out. All the social medias from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff. And of course, you can go to their website, which of course is sodapopcomicspr.com, and check out their stuff. It's actually pretty cool. I got this little ad right here. Free plug, I guess. What else do I got to plug? Yeah, go check out Death of Wolverine. I don't know.